10 seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining. Radiant team pick. Seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining.
I think might have had, because then craft's just low damage. I think if you don't have a shaker, that makes you just run out of damage.
Dire team pick.
That's something I'm really always impressed by Keen. I feel like Secret's bans, last bans, are just always, and probably some of the best.
What is this? Is this mid Marana? Is this mid Mars?
5 seconds remaining.
I want to say it's mid. Yeah. Or though by Moose. Perhaps that's South American practice and preferences. Mars is quite nice again. Toggle bulwark and sudden shot attack. Quite nice for the damage mitigation. I am a bit concerned.
Sack. Choose your hero.
Track.
I mean, that's just a classic. Hero for them, and they. It's good to me. It is going to be mid Mars, which 40R has played a number of times this season, though not any time in the recent games they played in Dota Pit.
Yep. No, I like this. I like this quite a lot because really all secret some way. Less track. Perhaps not in survivability, but output. You're like worth.
10 seconds remaining.
You damn it. Right? More importantly, you
5 seconds remaining.
You don't want to be ever really farming your triangle, jungle, like you're taking. And it's also then frees up Zai to not necessarily need to worry about any sort of aggression. I expect him to, you know, one of the more Zeb Magnus builds, probably a Solar Crest, maybe Mech, even Pipe, Blink Dagger, and just go full utility. Because you just need to get
IS yang dipakai terus sekarang juga.
Flash pretty
STK sekarang dipakai buat offlane. Nanti Vici pakai 2 kali.
Quite nice.
Hacker menang.
I'm very concerned about playing a.
Hacker muncul lagi ini kayak pakai.
It was the Kiev Major in 2017 that they placed 5th through 8th by beating Team Secret, which again, as you say, that was a different Team Secret where only Puppy was there. And they ended up losing to Evil Genius.
Dodging alpha events. I remember TI5. Everyone was waiting.
Yep.
And fateful came out with the sun. Eventually being eliminated by Virtus Pro with consecutive row first.
Yeah.
That was the beginning of the hesitancy.
Briga de ruins.
Heroes.
Yes.
That have beaten.
Fun fact, Tavo was actually on that roster.
I wanted to say that, but I wasn't sure.
Yeah, it's hard to remember those far long off days. But yeah, it's I think the interesting SG being able to take down Fnatic, they've proven at least that they are no slouches to the game at all. That they're not going to be like an automatic last place, like a lot of people have potentially postulated. Now, if they could take even just a game against Team Secret, I think it would mean quite a lot to them, especially since the Postabile even said it himself. He said they want to be able to prove the haters wrong here at TI.
Yeah. And win here would certainly help. And you got to figure those have given them a bit of afterthought.
Yeah.
Watch your take down Titans.
30
Gotta
seconds to
make
battle.
you feel like, hey, perhaps we can. So, the behind the scenes info I've been hearing from players, I've been hearing from a lot of the rumors are there's some teams. I was talking to some of the Russian talent. They're somewhat disappointed in a couple of teams because they hear them preparing poorly, focusing too much on the past instead of looking forward to the future. And this is what always makes squads like scary, is that when they show up, it's going to be all business. TI time.
Right, do you think some of that is just lacking experience for some squads? So you've got Team Spirit, Virtus Pro as examples of squads that do not have that kind of TI experience. You see the mid matchup, 40R, aka ADR, aka Adriano versus Nisha on the Leshrac. And our top lane, we've got the Mirana Earthshaker lane. So we'll see how Tavo does there. Once again, playing the Earthshaker. Feels good to be back. Earthshaker core, it's been a bit.
Oh yeah, one of my favorites. Like probably the most fun off lane to play for me. Really, you can bully enemy melee heroes, and you almost always secure lane control just by Fisher blocking one of the. So, but again, this is a Deuce lane. Tough. You're not really gonna harass too much with your chance, and you're gonna tank every single.
It's just, it's annoying whenever you play Mirana as well against these really tanky 5 positions that are just constantly up in your face. You can hit them, but Ogre especially has such a high armor that you just feel like, okay. See Tavo. You turn around, hits him with the enchant totem, and it looked like a regular auto attack. Didn't seem to do much to him at all.
Oh yeah, Ogre Magi, 7 base armor. 7.3, level 1. I remember the days before some of the starting items for an Ogre would have just buying Courier and Mangoes. No regen necessary, and you just run up and hit people.
Yeah, yeah. How do you think this mid matchup goes, by the way? Mars versus Leshrac? Because later on, I feel like it's going to be good for Mars. It's always good against some of these squishier intelligence heroes. Maybe not quite as good against Puck or WAP or something. You still have burst potential.
Yeah.
It's my right.
Yeah. I'm not a big believer in mid-Mars.
Okay.
Personally,
I think that's very fair.
I feel like the players that, like Dandy loves his mid, right? And I think that it's a relic of an old meta where you could by yourself, whereas right now it feels very much a 5-on-5 video game.
Okay.
Like the idea that, I'll play for solo kills. That's not real. I'm going to play to find kills in side lane. It's like, it's just not how it works anymore. You've got to be thinking about fights and scaling with your damage output. It's not sure I'm a believer, but I'd love to be proven wrong. Don't get me wrong.
But he's good combination with it, right? Theo Lacour playing probably his second favorite hero in the Mirana. They've got a nice spear into the arena, wall, get an arrow off of that. That's probably a kill, right? On almost any hero that they hit.
Oh, look, they found the button. Radiant structures have been fortified.
I'm trying to think, secret. I do think are the ones trying to be active at almost all times. Tarrasque in the Blight Stone. Shredder stacking up, but that does leave Zai a bit exposed. He's going to take a lot of harassment.
This is the lane that should just be total free. Postabile should be totally fine. I'll probably get some ancient stacks up for him, but you can see already there has been a little bit of battle for the Sven ancient stacks. See a sentry placed out, so doing that was already having a bit of a support ward battle between them.
Yeah, this is one of the benefits of Marana support.
Radiant's middle tower is
Back
under attack.
for your Sven. Both teams pretty much all in their carry with plenty of tools to buff it up. I do love the IO Sven combination. I think it's my favorite right now. I'm a big believer in IO Slark as well, but we just haven't seen my Slark. But Sven, obviously, plenty of damage. Thanks to God Strength, you get so much attack speed.
Was aiming for MABAR, instead hits Puppy, but the Ogre definitely too tanky to deal with, and Tavo, he definitely underestimated that. Still might be able to get the kill on MABAR, they will. Theolacor picks up that one, and Puppy is low enough. He's going to be chased out of CS range here. So they do trade cores, and I feel like it's just the problem they gave First Blood. That bounty is the only problem there.
I think you're okay with that, though.
Yeah.
The circumstances, and big fan of the build on Theolacor. The 2 points in Starstorm, level 3, typically off guard. A lot of times you see 0, maybe even a... But this maximum damage optimized style of war.
Yeah.
Cancels Puppy's salve real quick.
Puppy just not getting any space whatsoever.
And I will say, like, this is... Maybe this is like personal, but I feel like in a way, you know, Puppy, his mechanical skill seems somewhat squandered on a hero like Ogre. And I really, you know, I watch like Veep, and I know Save is before. He's getting to play Bounty Hunter every, right? Kingslayer is on Disruptor. Some of the Chinese teams playing Clockwork all the time. Like, I really wish that he was allowing himself like roll heroes that have higher impact, because I think he's still one of the most mechanically gifted 5s in Dota, and just basically a bloodlust bot later on.
What do you mean, Kyle? He's 31. It's over the hill in esports.
Still click the buttons, man. I'm telling you.
See, Puppy, he knows what's going on. He knows he has to be able to interrupt this stacking as much as possible. They're going to go for Nietzsche here. If the spear lands and the arrow follow-up is there, plus they've got the IO, they should be able to bring him down, but it does cost the IO his life with Yamsor cutting him down from the side. Does deliver a little bit of damage to Adriano as he backs up, but still a win for SG, no doubt.
Pretty sick, though. I mean, that's the combo, right?
Tavo. Oh, he's going to go for the TP out, knowing he was going to get body blocked by Puppy successfully, but the TP, okay idea, but didn't actually have the strength to survive.
Yep. It's a rough
Dire's
lane.
bottom tower is under attack.
Like, I don't even know. You just get snaked. Ogre Magi is one of the few melee supports in Dota. Can't mess with. I don't even think Puppy can buy more regen. What's up? Fire Blast Ignite.
At what point do you think he starts going Bloodlust now? Right? He's gotten the 2-2-0 build just for the laning phase, but at some point you want high levels of Bloodlust for this. First stack's not going to be given to the Medusa, at least jungle ones for Fleshrack. Do we have any stacks for Medusa on Dire side? Hard camp, no ancients yet.
I don't know if you really want to rotate out too quick. Your secret. I think you just want to keep your towers alive for a while.
There, Fire Blast into Cookie, into Split. Earth Stun, don't even need it. They're just going to run him down, and Nisha looks to be able to take the hard camp stack. That's going to be a huge win for Team Secret. SG unable to contest here. They get one of the last hits.
Yeah, I really like that. So that's part of why I don't think you mind too much about the lack of stacks. But TEMAN is still top. You're trying to control enemy triangles, not really just split and farm yours. At a point, SG are going to be the ones that try to get a little more passive to cover and like get their Sven an item ahead. And Secret, I think, want to shut that down more than they want to get their thing.
That makes sense, because Juicer is naturally just going to farm slower than Sven IO anyway, right? So you want to focus on shutting the Sven's game down more so than pumping up your Dusa.
Because the way Sven beats Dusa is getting that item ahead and then taking that. That's what you... Dusa wins the matchup. If they're even net worth, 20, 30 minutes in, they're very happy. So keeping the game static is just fine.
They do have a ward that sees these two. So 40R and his rotation definitely spotted. Nice deny there. And they are going to be able to catch Puppy, an attempted D ward, but He also still sees 3 heroes. He takes away some vision, and he's ultimately a 5 position.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
Well, Nisha, this is the beauty of Leshrac, my favorite hero in Dota. Just show up in a lane, your first edict, forces glyph. Your second edict kills the tower. Have to defend mid though, but here's Matu.
Zai coming in, looking for the RP. Attempts to throw it out, speared away, and Kostabile is taking a lot of damage from the kisses, but not quite enough. KJ is going to be able to pull him out, and they can just keep on farming. They force a reaction out of Team Secret. Now the Team Secret's here in force. They may try and do a little bit of poke at the mid tower as well.
I like how they just defend tower by throwing spells. Like, get out of here. Nisha's taking a tier 1 in the meantime.
DeatStalker's dead. He's going to burn out. Tries to get an arrow off last second. Oh, big echo slam onto 2 here. Bought back by the rebuke as well. That's going to be YapzOr dead. But Nisha in prime position here to be able to do some damage. Kills Tavo. Fortunately, 40R was able to push him back with the spear, and they're able to retreat, but it doesn't change the fact that Team Secret own this area. They're going to bring down this mid tower, and that just allows those invasions into the triangle you're talking about, Kyle. That's just a little bit easier now.
The setup, of course, by Puppy, that was really good. You see them playing around still. One, he just walked past. Another on that ancient camp. So they knew that the Sven was headed over to Ancients. The downside of the hero, right? He can't really contest fights now. He has to get that item ahead.
Yeah.
Well, in the meantime, the DOTA lineup, they're just going to push behind their DOTA Lesh, and yeah, nice play by Tavo, don't get me wrong, but they lose those objectives. DOTA is ahead of the Sven in net worth. So now, Secret, 4 wards placed enemy side, 2 towers dead. You can chill, you can vibe, you can go to your own.
Play the map just a little bit better. Sure, the Sven IO is going to be able to keep farming and do what they do, but Team Secret, they're going to go for a smoke up to this top lane where they've got some very nice vision. At the same time, the core, they are actually going to have their smoke broken here. They're going to see Nisha, but the cookie lands first, unable to get off the spear immediately, and actually gets split earth before the spear could capture the Leshrac, and that means 40R's dead, and Nisha's going to be saved by the RP, not even pulled out in time. KJ, unable to get it off. He's going to relocate right back to his tomb, and those kisses almost put the Marana into the grave as well. 5 to 9, soon to be 10, as Team Secret should be able to kill KJ, no problem. Another smooth team fight for Team Secret.
If they go for the Lesh, but I just love it. You know, Nisha got, I really think this is a hero that neutral items have helped a bunch, because Tumbler's toy just for the mana, but that hood, he got the active off. He's super tanky with this build. And you're going to watch him go in here. The cookie comes off, as you stated, so he's already taken a bit of reduced damage. He had an arcane rune, so the mana wasn't enough. But he's way tankier than he appears. And that's, that was a Sven. Had used dodge strength, but it isn't enough. Look at the spell damage. The raw spell damage from Team Secret is so much higher than SG.
Yeah.
They just need experience, and they're going to pump out the DPS.
You could definitely tell that Team Secret recognized the fact that they are stronger in team fights because this Sven IO combination you're talking about. They just need to focus on farming for now, and they're forcing fights, and SG isn't reading it well enough to be able to dodge what's coming their way.
And that's like kind of the core issue with this lineup, right? If you look at it, okay, Wisp is going to hold Sven's hand. That's your source of damage. What am I other things? Well, it's Arena, Spear, Arrow, maybe some Shaker stuns in the meantime. If that doesn't kill somebody, there's no other damage coming. Exactly.
Was there a mid hero that could have given you a little bit more damage in that aspect, a little less burst and a little bit more damage that would just pull through?
Yeah, I mean, I think Invoker would have been fantastic.
Invoker just would have been the dream hero, and that's why Secret banned it out. Leap is out of leaps now, and YapzOr with the 4 levels of that little shredder combined with the medallion. Huge amount of physical.
And you can see the Secret concept starting to take shape, right? Max Little Shredder, Solar Crest almost complete. Magnus maxed out in power, now has Blink Dagger en route.
They're going to try and blow up this Medusa right away. She's out of mana and she's definitely dead. But the kisses are coming in, doing a little bit of damage. Zai waiting on the high ground. Only hits 1 on the RP. You saw KJ last second pulled back, dodged the RP, but will not be able to keep his Sven alive. And he tried to go for the relocate tether again. As you said, Kyle, the magic damage is just too much.
Right. Got the combo. Oh.
Oh, leap just a little bit too slow. And I remember he was out of leap charges last time, and he's certainly not going to have too many more.
Really nice job by Zai, though. He wanted to get the double RP instead the single, but he did remove the tether with the time to. And Nisha just everywhere on the map right now. He just does way love the build. Hood, Kaya, Sanj after, so it's both for scaling, but also ensures that you have that survivability. He'll get Eternal Shroud after, which provides a really cheap source of spell lifesteal, which is then, of course, amplified by the shot. Sung? Sung?
Sanj?
I feel like that I've said that wrong for like 9.
I mean, if you tell me that the pronunciation is not Sanj, I would believe you, and I'd be like, oh my god, I've been saying it wrong years and years. So we're gonna have a 3-man smoke up here from. I actually did hear that it's supposed to be spelled differently, pronounced differently, but I don't know exactly what it is. DeatStalker knows danger is coming. Tavo can intercept to try and protect DeatStalker. They do throw out the spear, but again, if that doesn't kill something, Kyle, they've got nothing left in the tank. All they can do is hope to be able to survive, and Tavo gets run down by the shockwave from Zai.
I love it. The Veil early on Puppy. He went for a very aggressive build. The changes to the Ignite multicast, I think it's better, where you saw 2 charges hit the Shaker. That used to just mean nothing, whereas now it's increasing the duration. So you add Veil to the mix, especially considering Nisha's rocking with Kaya for a little more fill amp. It's just so much damage. And SG, I'm trying to find a way for them to break into it, but it's going to be on the back of the Sven, who's just requiring that BKB and his quick buy to be completed before he can actually enter a fight.
Man, it's going to be a long time coming. And Team Secret, as you said, with all this damage amplification that they have for the Medusa, the power, the Solar Crest that they're going to be getting, combined with the minus armor that they have as well, not just this tower, but also Roshan. It's got to breathe. They're going to jump in, interrupt Nisha and his attempted teleport, and bring him down. A big kill, and they still get out in the top lane. In fact, they came down to bottom to be able to catch him. But Tumman who got an arrow! DeatStalker! Marksman lands it right there. They're going to be able to get off both the Zone Gaze and the Manta. A bit of a pause here, but I think they still got him. They're going to be able to run him down with another Storm Hammer. Tavo's right there next to him. And SG, a big win for them in a game that has felt like just little L's piling up all over the place.
That was absolutely enormous.
Oh, and another pickup as 40R is going to be able to nail the Snapfire Yapsor. Going to be killed and added to the pyre here. 3 heroes burning on the side of Team Secret.
Make it 4. They had a ward. They know that Puppy's in the area.
He's a little bit low on mana, but he gets in front of Puppy here, looking for body blocks. Fire Blast does allow Puppy to be able to get in front of him. Tavo, Fisher first, arrow on the way, pushed him in, slowed him down on the other side of the Fisher, but they should be able to kill him nonetheless. 10-16, all of a sudden, that 4,000 net worth lead shrunk down to 2K. The Sven is that much closer to the BKB.
And that was twofold. One, that ward place saw a lot of that movement. They knew that mass TPs coming, and Tavo makes the gut read, like, we gotta go. They're making a move. A little bit, I don't want to say cockiness, but trying to be too efficient from Nisha. He's teleporting like in vision because the tower still hasn't died, going for that hyper efficient move, but you make it too easy for SG, especially, really, he just didn't expect that there would be vision that saw his 2 allies who had already begun teleporting. So suddenly you're making a move mid, but your big heroes are now caught bottom, and SG, like that was necessary because it really felt like this game was going to run away from them. They would have lost Outpost. Suddenly Secret get a Scotty on Dusa, and he goes to walk into the Roche pit. What are you supposed to do? Right. Things now a lot more equalized, and it gives you that time where Sven BKB will be a factor before the engagement around Roche is required.
You're going to take the Outpost now, but it just means that SG is all over the map farming. You can see them still kind of hiding out in this jungle area, bottom. Waiting for somebody to show for a pickoff. They do have Echo coming up in 10 seconds. If nobody does, they can go ahead and cut some creep waves. And they still have the Sven IO pushing out and farming the top lane.
You can see a little more disciplined after that engage. They're being a little more family friendly as they ensure that everybody is nearby as they venture, of course.
There's BKB for the Sven. broke apart the Echo Saber to be able to get it that much quicker, knowing that time is a very key factor. They don't know exactly when the Scotty's going to be finished by the Medusa, but they need to have that big item to be able to, not like, you know, like it's a counter. You're still going to be slowed down by Scotty and stuff, but you just need to be able to keep pace, right? He gets a big item, you need a big item. Otherwise, as you said, just means free Roshan for secret.
Yeah. And you just can't get even in track without
Dire's bottom tower is under attack.
ADR is going to have his complete shortly as well. And then I think that if you're SG, you think about taking a team fight. But right now, they're doing it right, where you stole the course, you just push him in by himself, and then they split the map. 2 bot, your Wisp was top with your Sven. Now they're going to rotate out, but you want to keep the map split, because by the team secret, pretty nasty. And RP, the Leshrac Deuce, is very good. You're not able to separate them, much like they did.
Cover your eyes. Dire's bottom tower is taking a drubbing.
Roshan, 300 gold from Scotty on Mountain. Thinking about it, I would think you take enemy ancients first to finish that item.
Yeah, there's no way you do Roshan before you have the Scotty, right? That's just too potent of an item. Bottom offlane tower is going to be given up by Team Secret because they just don't want to be on this side of the map at all. They just want to be able to play around that Roshan area as much as possible. They're going to have their least effective hero, their 5 position from Puppy, go down here and deal with the wave.
You can see, like, Secret, they were firmly in the driver's seat.
Yep.
Like, they've taken a detour. They're like, you know what, I thought we were gonna make it to Grandma's without having to stop, but we're gonna grab, you know, a quick lunch, maybe a coffee, a biscuit. They have yet, like, they just went back to their side of the river and haven't crossed. Puppy just TP'd bottom to push like 3 creeps and taken the long way around. Like, they are much more conservative now. Scotty is complete. They're thinking about getting something done.
This is the moment. This is the moment where one team fight is going to solidify who controls the game for the next like 10 minutes, right? Like whoever wins this fight also gets Roshan.
Yeah, and they got Shard now.
Okay, so they've got the fire shield that they can throw out on the Medusa or the Leshrac. In fact, if you get a multicast like this, multiple heroes in time for the team fight. Nice shockwave skewer back, a fast pick off of Helicore. And he does have buyback, so doesn't change too much. SG are still probably going to contest this Roshan attempt from Team Secret.
It's actually a huge... The Sven damage, right? He's going to pop in an Echo. It absorbs 85% 3 attacks.
Yeah.
That's really sick here.
For a hero that does not have a ton of attack speed and does all his damage in short bursts like this,
that's really cool.
It'll help quite a lot.
You can see why they were content pausing. They even do this, we've seen a lot of teams do this, the Medallion and Solar Crest onto their Dusa.
I mean, if they're going to contest it, they need to get in there right now. The arrow gives the vision to be able to see, okay, Roshan's crazy low. You could see all of Team Secret prepared for a Tavo initiation. They're just going to go in. They're going to go in. They're going to try and finish it off. But Tavo Man, okay, point blank, they're going to be able to catch him. Spear, chain stun, but the RP comes in. Tavo chains the stun still, but Tavo Man's low on mana, and they should be able to finish him off. But they need the Sven to be able to do it, and they got it. Oh, Roshan with a double kill. Nisha running over these heroes, but bye-bye, Nisha. He gets speared away. Still, though, the blast, they manage to catch Ghost of Pele, and that is going to be Team Secret finishing up the Roshan.
He had to save. Tether was on cooldown. He reloaded solo away. That would have been a 6 save from KJ.
Disaster. SG so close to being able to win a huge fight against Team Secret. Zai bailing them out with a huge RP.
I mean, I've cited him many times. His key ingredient to being a successful Dota 2 pro is patience, and you're going to see a lot of it here. You know, look at Nisha, by the way, positioning way off in the middle of nowhere. Love the call from SG. They just go for it. They see Matu. He doesn't get ult off, and they're going to run. You see Zai waiting, boom. Triple RP, even jukes the Echo by moving over to the right just a bit. Tavo, I think, fissured initially. So he didn't have it after he went in and echoed, so he just gets popped. And watch this.
Yeah,
no tether.
It's coming. Oh.
He had it, but tether was 1 second on cooldown.
And now Team Secret, we said this team fight is going to be what determines probably the next 10 minutes or so of who's controlling the game. And that might just be enough for Team Secret to kind of build up enough of a lead. They already had a small one. Now they've got 7,000, and that's just going to continue to build. when you have the advantage of an Aegis, you can just kind of bully the enemy team. Because Nisha, like, it's so tough to deal with the Leshrac with 2 lives. I feel like it's one of the best heroes to have an Aegis.
I think it is the best, to be honest.
More than like Storm Seer or something, I would agree. Yeah.
Storm is like the other possibility, but the thing I love about Lesh is that, you know, you can be out of position as long as you have time to hit Pulse Nova. Like, you're totally fine being surrounded by your entire enemy draft. Hell, lands another. Fortunately, Lesh, even stunned, still.
It will be another tier 2 down, and this hold over the map just continues, increases for Team Secret as they're going to be able to just hold on to the triangle area. And KJ, supposed to be late, they're just going to have to do. KJ just had a little bit of fun. Could have tried for a TP out at some point in time, but now Zai's found him, so it makes it a little bit hard. He's going to have to go for another tether juke, but now Puppy's here, so he is definitely dead. And the rest of the team of Secret, they're still looking for heroes on the other side of the map. They know SG wants to get out somewhere, and they're giving him absolutely no quarter to be able to get far.
The top spot. Like, Lesh is the hero you kind of have to kill, and he's got an Aegis charge. Can't shoot.
Yeah. And he's also, even if you like can't go on him, it also means he can just push down these side lanes. They are going to go for him now. Kills him once and gets back to the base. Is everybody safe? It looks like it with Kisses used. That's pretty good for SG. Ooh, Costabile felt like he had to use BKB there. I'm not sure if he actually needed to or not. Better safe than sorry, I suppose.
That was a little bit, I think, too cocky from Nisha. He runs, they have this nice ward covering the high ground, and instead of running under the sanctity of that, very aggressive path and just barrel comboed. But you know, that's the thing about SG's lineup. That's what they need to find kills. Isolated single cores. How do you battle if all of a sudden there's a Matu walking at his whole team's behind him? That's been a big concern. Plays out.
Fortunately, they do have some high ground defense. Not like the most amazing, but they have Spear back. And they also have the fact that with an IO, you can always play with 2 heroes out on the map, farming somewhere. And you don't need everybody hold up in your base, even if they are pushing.
The concern is just Costabile damage output. It feels like he's that item behind, right? He's got, if he has a full Daedalus in his inventory right now, I'm feeling like this is, you know, pretty even, but that 9K gold lead for Secret is all on their critical core. Yo, Dusa, 4K ahead-ish. Second place, now with the casual plate mail. The itemization has been a bit odd this game. That Ghost Scepter for the Roche fight made sense, but in retrospect, you kind of wish he didn't have it now, because maybe that's Bloodstone or an Eternal Shroud, but Shivas will be his next pickup. Very, very nice here, both with Vision against Marana Invis, for the health regen reduction against Sven Io, and of course just for your own survivability.
Yeah, how do you burst down the 2 damage-dealing cores of Team Secret in this game? They've got Medusa and this Leshrac, who's going to be super tanky, and they're fire shielded, which we've talked about as being a big boost. And we already said that there's going to be some damage problems for SG if the Sven isn't swinging. They're going to smoke up Moonlight Shadow. They're spotted. The tension's going to be laid down. They start going on the Medusa. They followed up with an arrow and the Echo, throwing everything they have to be able to bring down this Medusa, but she still had mana. They pop the fire shield. They go for the relocate out, but he gets nuked down before he could get Costabile to safety. And now SG do not have a buyback on the Sven. Very likely Team Secret going to get 1 lane of barracks, maybe 2. This is SG probably in a hole they can't get themselves out.
I'm gonna just say it, so I understand the Ogre. You know, you want a first 2 Sven? We will literally wait on our side of the river for minute 20. We're gonna buy a shard, and your Sven is hard countered.
Yeah.
Like, that is why Matu's taking what feels like 0 damage. Like, fire shield, 85% absorption of the next 3 attacks, and he got an opportunity because you can precast it. He recasted it during the fight.
Yeah.
So 6 attacks of Sven that don't equal a single attack without a fire shield on your enemy target. That is nuts. Like, I understand Ogre now. I had not seen it in a game so far at TI, but it suddenly makes a whole bunch of sense. Shout out to ASRock, I'm sure. Puppy, very happy to play Ogre with the change. And pretty high damage output as well if you consider the strength of the hero in the laning.
Yeah, definitely. With the 2-2-0 builds, it felt like he was actually pretty annoying, especially for Tavo.
I always love watching TI because, you know, not to say that regional Dota is subpar, but you don't necessarily see teams trying to eke out every single little bit of advantage.
They don't have to elevate their game.
Yeah.
Right.
And at TI, you stuff and you see picks, you're like, why would you do that? But you typically find out during the game. And it's like, wow, that's cool. It makes sense. Yeah. Even a butterfly on Matu, so God forbid you do hit him. And he has the evasion talent as well, if I'm not mistaken, of course, skipping the damage. So really just leaning into this hankiness and disdain version of the DOTA. He's going to buy a shard himself. Good lord. Good luck taking him down.
The other really cool part about this fire shield is who else is actually attacking somebody.
Yeah.
You know, it's like normally, like in regular games, fire shield is just so easily dealt with because there's multiple units hitting. Sometimes you just have a hero that hits really fast, so it just goes away really quickly. But Sven, slow attack speed, huge amounts of damage for every hit is like the ideal hero to counter it with. The other one, I think, kind of being PA, just for the surprise factor. She's so burst heavy. But then there's like, you look at Mars, Marana, Earthshaker, they all want to be able to throw spells. They're not really doing a whole lot of right-clicking. Okay, 40R is going to jump in, BKB Arena, not catching the targets they really want to, but on the side, they do actually get better targets. That's going to be the Magnus as well as the Ogre, instantly dead if they can retreat back to their base. Job well done. The Illicore is going to be run down by Nisha, but otherwise, SG probably okay with that. Really happy with that. In fact, they killed 2 heroes, 2 buybacks coming in. The danger, though, is them getting run over right now in this push. Because now they don't have any spells, Kyle.
Indeed, and they just double bought back. I love it. They just, okay, we got it. Big CD's done for, and now we push.
Yeah.
Right into the base. They still have Stone Gaze. There is no God Strength or BKB on the Sven, and I believe you just, unfortunately, won a fight to lose the game.
Yeah. That's game understanding right there from Team Secret, you know? Doesn't matter how well you play it. If you blow Arena, if you blow Echo Slam, don't have God's Strength, you have nothing left in the tank, and Matumba Man's going to do it all by himself. Nobody of Team Secret's even here. They're popping kisses, they're popping Stone Gaze. They're expecting SG to formulate some sort of response for preventing Megas. They do not. SG's just going to accept the fact that for the rest of the game, they are going to be huddled around their Ancient, trying to push back the lane creeps coming in.
Yeah, game understanding seems tail of the match. You know, even going down to, you know, I gushed about it a bit with the Ogre shields. I questioned, you know, Team Secret. They've really put the brakes on, but it makes sense in retrospect when you watch that big fight around Roche. But more importantly, you know, they just get it. Like SG, they're cooldown dependent. Once they're popped, casually take the 2 racks, then retreat to the side of the river. You know, if this isn't TI, maybe they go for Throne, but at TI, yeah, camp the ward sentry. Wait.
Yeah. They know SG very likely to come outside of their base because they've got one moment before mega creeps just keep them constantly in. They have the Aghanim Scepter on Snapfire if you didn't see that pickup, and they just threw out an illusion. They're going to jump in. 40R once again throws out the arena. They catch the Medusa, making sure the Medusa can't actually do anything with their shots for a while because they can't kill her. So they're just going to try and target whoever they can around the Medusa and just try and kite her as much as possible. 40R's unfortunately getting caught by that. Scotty is going to die. Echo Slam going out. They're going to be able to bring down Nisha. Oh, the RP! Nisha turns around. Split Earth. He finally does get burned out, but the damage is already done. SG have lost the fight, and SG are going to call quits for game number 1. The favorites, Team Secret, do indeed take this first game in the 2-game series.
Yeah, but if I know this team, I don't know if they're going to be pleased with that performance. I think that, you know, that mistake in the bottom tier 2 when they lose 4 heroes to what is effectively just a single great ward from SG, and credit to them, you know, that was the only reason this game is like staying competitive for so long. But that's a mistake that you can't make if you're trying to win TI.
Yeah.
You know, PSG LGD is not going to bleed 4 heroes, 2 of the key cores after taking. So I think they're going to probably sharpen up a little bit too. SG, my big takeaway from that is your entire draft, like you just didn't have damage.
Yeah.
You needed a hero like Leshrac that turns levels, and when your whole lineup is just, you know, stun, that guy's dead. When cooldowns come up, we'll try it again. It doesn't work in terms of acquiring key objectives. Safe lane, mid tower. Suddenly the maps just opened up for Team Secret. How are you supposed to control triangle and get your...
All right, so SG definitely have some things to think about, but you're saying, it sounds like to me that it's just big drafts already kind of handicapped. They were just already kind of in a bad spot, and they made some good plays inside of the game, but ultimately draft is going to cost you a lot.
Yeah, for the active dispel, especially when you consider you're playing against Empower, Solar Crest, Medallion, like all of these things can be removed, right?
Yeah.
So
as possible.
Like, yeah, that's the only time IO won all day. So I think that's why they left it through. But was it LGD? No, it was Elephant. I think Elephant was the one that played it.
Yes.
So it worked good there. Tinker is the pick for LGD though. That is, I hear that's had pretty decent success. I'd be slightly worried about a Pango as a Tinker. But you know, you've got tools. Just blink away, make him like overextend, chase you. Then it, even if he does catch up to you, he's so far from the rest of his team. He's just like locking down one guy. Don't know where Pango will be yet. Could be a 3, could be a 4, could be a 5. Pretty flexible there on that hero. But yeah, Tinkers have shied away a little bit from like the Shiva's builds from what I've seen. They go a lot of Ags.
All right, well, I do my homework, right?
All right,
so I'm looking at this, and I'm looking at the fact that Faith BN plays a lot of Magnus in his pubs currently.
Okay.
And then on top of that, you have, of course, the Pangolier, and it looks like it might be a twin Pangolier. No, never mind, there's a Storm Spirit. I lied. Just kidding. That's probably a, most likely a death, if I had to guess.
10 seconds remaining.
I mean, it's a pretty good Pango game, I would say. You have to be a little bit careful. Like, Pango is a little countered by Disruptor in that, like, once you jump to escape, like, you can always glimpse back. But as long as he gets his ulti off, he's going to have a great time running through and messing with Disruptor and Elder Titan and potentially Tinker in team fights. So having, like, Pango and Storm just makes me feel kind of okay about playing against Tinker. They have some tools to deal with him, basically, that can gap close. But as long as Tinker's playing wisely and doesn't get caught in those easy goes, makes him work for it, then it can be fine. And they go for a Slardar, so it's going to be Slardar IO probably.
Yeah, I would think that Death is probably going to be playing that Slardar. Also, just, you know, we see this Tinker, and I know Leon Arthur has been, like, praising the Nothing to Say Tinker. He's like, it's happening, it's happening. It's going to be coming to all of these games soon, so should be very excited to watch that, because apparently he is very good with this hero.
I believe that, yes. I do like Slardar this game, though. There aren't that many disables on the LGD side. Well, that's not exactly true, but there's not, like, easy, cheap ones. Like, if Slardar runs at you, how do you react to it for LGD? You can't just be like, okay, you can glimpse, but that's kind of like expensive. It's a little bit slow sometimes. Sometimes he like runs for it, gets a stun off first. I mean, a skill expensive. If you have like an Earth Spike or a Hex or like a Frostbite, you throw it on him, you know, and then everyone keeps walking. But it's not super easy for LGD to throw that right now. So if Slardar is able to run at them and do a decent job, get a little tanky here, it's going to be a little hard for LGD to stop the run at you that's happening with the Fnatic lineup very clearly. But TB's a good way to do it. He's going to do a ton of damage. He can throw out the Conjure. He can do Reflection on them. If he gets a little bit low but survives, he's going to go for a Sunder, which is going to be really effective for his hero. So I think that's a great pickup. And it's also going to allow him to just kind of like farm super fast all the time.
That's extra armor, too, when you're up against something like a Slardar that's going to be reducing it. So it seems to fit fairly well. I know this is a hero that Ame likes to play.
Yeah, it should be good in lane.
And then you also have that steroid coming out from Faith Bien, who's going to be able to go and throw out that Empower. So he's going to farm even faster than usual. Whereas it's a little, I mean, a Gyrocopter does take, he farms very, very fast. But
He does.
I think at this point, like, it's going to be a huge problem for Fnatic if this Terrorblade starts to overtake it.
For sure, yeah, because especially once he gets like Scotty territory, then you're getting slow on a ranged hero. And like already Io's supposed to heal you, so it's like Scotty is like the terrifying moment for Fnatic. If they're not like ahead like they were last game with net worth, then Terrorblade being like equal or slightly higher farm is going to feel pretty dangerous. It does still have an Io to back him up, so technically any gyro is going to be stronger with Io.
Sure.
But yeah, if it's a little bit scary. The Terrorblade matchup looks pretty solid to me. But with that said, they have great dive team fight in the early game for Fnatic. On the LGD side, their team fight can be good, but it's a little bit hard to land their disables. So ideally, they want to be the ones to initiate, I would say. And the other thing that's kind of interesting is Jinkyu is playing Elder Titan 4, so he's going to have more farm priority. I feel like almost every ET I've seen is a 5, so maybe that'll be a bit different as well.
What do you think we're going to see like built differently than if he's allowed to have a bit of that farm?
If he is built a little differently as a 4, possibly some like Ags build, he's going to have a defensive item most likely, something like that. Therefore, he won't have to worry as much about like Storm Spirit or the other heroes. So I assume that's where they're going on ET right now. Ags, defensive item, something like that. Jinkyu breaks smoke here. Did have an, that was kind of cool actually. That was really cool what they just did. He had 2 observer wards on his hero. So as he got to the mid lane, when he got clicked on by his enemies, they're like, oh, he's still got an observer ward. He definitely didn't place one just now. So you can like, assuming, I mean, they might check like the other side, but that was a really cool way to do it.
You can tell we're support players. We really get excited about these things.
Hell yeah.
Hell yeah. And we're getting a big skirmish here. DJ taking plenty of damage. Jinkyu though, turning right back around. Get another crush out here from Death. Does have that nice amount of mana coming from Jabs. Jabs is going to tether over to DJ. It's already got the headdress online, so that was a big punch. You can hear the crowd right now. You can hear them.
We're getting cheers on both sides this time.
We had it the other game too.
It was like so one-sided for Fnatic for the early game at least.
Of course, because Fnatic was winning.
I guess so, yeah. All right.
Do you cheer like that loud when your team is losing, Purge?
I mean, it happens sometimes.
It does indeed happen, but
Ooh, Ame
this is
in trouble.
looking scary. There's plenty of heroes here. Ame trying to survive just a bit longer now. He is going to be the first blood going over to Death, and Death will take plenty of damage, but not enough to actually fall. Death gave them a lot of problems last time. I don't think they wanted it to start off like this again.
Yeah, and not a terrible situation to be in for Death either. Yeah, his HP's low, but his support pairing is an IO, so it's like the perfect situation to get him back up full as fast as possible. But they're going to have to deal with Jinkyu as well. He's running in to get more slaps in.
Death is sitting very low. I mean, I know that Jabs is able to provide some of that regen, but does have to be a bit careful with the amount of damage coming out.
Raven getting skewered back on the bot lane to take a little pressure, but he'll be relatively fine. DJ's got lots of regen. There's the salve popped. So far, so good. We're definitely going to see some kills in this game, let me tell you.
I am very much looking forward to that. Chun is having a miserable time over in that mid lane, I swear. He's farming all right, but again, you're playing against Tinker. Tinker's got so much burst damage.
And the hardest thing is just that he's going to laser you when you go for last hits. It's so annoying to play against. But Stormspirit does have a way to last hit with Static Remnant, so he's got options. And Static Remnant's pretty mana inexpensive. But the other issue is that Tinker also has more attack range by a little bit. So it just becomes a little annoying by all means to lane against. And he's got to get to his bottle. And
the second, but the Doom.
Decent base movement speed at 320, so he can go do it, but
That kill.
That Death.
Welcome back, everybody. It's SG Esports versus Team Secret. You know, I never do introductions for myself. I'm Cap. This is Kyle.
Hello.
Oh, that's because we've got our lower third. Very nice.
Indeed.
Game one was okay. SG, they got outdrafted. They at least were able to make some moves. Kind of what we would expect from this matchup, right? Like, Team Secret were definitely the favorites. SG are definitely the underdogs, and it played out that way.
Yeah, and I think a bit, you know, it really just felt like Secret was utilizing that principle of just picking the easier draft against the underdog. You know, this is not the game to try out like a drought strategy or a timing push.
Yeah.
You know, hey, they have Sven. Okay, Ogre Medusa.
All right, well, let's go ahead and look at the draft going into game two, because that is all important. We felt like SG needed to be able to make some adjustments. And you basically said, okay, they just needed more damage. Also, Ogre Magi, Shard, Fire Shield, heavy counter to Sven, God's Rebuke, Enchant Totem.
Seconds
It was like, that was
Oh, yeah, that's a great point.
It's the most dream Fire Shield game I've ever seen.
Teams they got knocked out by Kuro Stack. TIs in a row, right? This is not a squad that shows up and chokes, right? It's just they get beaten by good. And it's just funny because here I am thinking, on. Of course, Puppy, like, why did he TP bottom for just
10 seconds
Why
remaining.
did he need Shard? Because it was busted.
Yeah.
So I like
5
that.
seconds remaining.
Secret probably have a lot of the
Radiant
European.
team pick.
They're not fans, they're haters. You only have room in your heart for one European team if you're a fan of the region. And
Plus, it adds that there's a bit of animosity between some of the teams
yes,
already. So
just a little bit. But you know, what they do always makes sense. It might not work, but it's
10 seconds remaining.
Team Secrets, we saw their lineup, and it was full
5
of
seconds
synergy
remaining.
built around this Medusa. Magnus, which Empower usually best on melee heroes, but Medusa, if any ranged hero is going to use Empower, she's easily the best. They had Ogre, Bloodlust, Fire Shield was super thick. They had Snapfire, a little bit of minus armor, faster Roche taking. What else did they have? They had something buff the Medusa. Solar Crest. Now we're seeing, again, more synergy. Snapfire, Slardar, so they're going for physical damage minus armor combo here. Okay. Yeah. That's because Boxy was such a big Slardar fan, and yeah.
a lot more scatter blasting. Perhaps things are swap this gyro Sven, but good of all teams, probably not the
10 seconds remaining.
gyro that pretty much I think 4 players
5
on
seconds remaining.
Secret have at least, I want to say, 5 professional. Psy played it a bunch back in Optic. Yapsor can play it. Puppy can play it. Or one of them can play it.
Yeah.
Dire team ban.
This does at least mean that, like, Gyrocopter's just a more active hero than, right? Like, he can actually do things in team fights when, like, that early mid push came in. They literally could not do anything about it because Sven was a non-factor, and IO is only a factor if the person that he's paired with it can do
5
something.
seconds remaining.
Gyrocopter could have actually played that in team fight, right? They could have actually defended that tower, so at least there's that. Combined with the fact that Gyrocopter probably doesn't feel bad against Snapfire's Lord, though only because you have an IO, I think.
Dire team ban.
I like Gyro versus Slaughter used to be.
Yep.
So Gyro and just fall down the flag. Whereas now, different.
10 seconds remaining.
By BKB.
5
Gyro's
seconds
biggest
remaining.
counters are typically heroes that can Slaughter kind of assists whatever that other hero,
Radiant team
notably Troll, for example,
Sure.
or Void. Well, now you just have the Bash Bro smacking you in the mouth and itemized it. Because what status resist
10 seconds
Gyro's
remaining.
beak.
5 seconds remaining.
So SG, they have won one game here with the IO Sven. The other game won with Adriano's Tinker. When do you pick Tinker?
Honestly, bro, rush blink, spam lasers, rockets. I really.
Yeah, I feel like a lot of people are a little bit confused about new Tinker. Like, we figured out the item build, okay, like Overwhelming Blink and Shivas, like those two are really sick, but it still it's not the same hero that it used to be, and it's still, I think you have to have people who have like really spammed it, who feel really comfortable, that can tell you, okay, this is truly a good Tinker game, and I will be able to carry it. Despite my timings overall just being slower than old Tink. It's just different, not having machines.
5 seconds remaining.
It's elves.
Oh, that's interesting.
Dire team pick.
It does mean they're going to be pulling out something new.
Radiant
And
team
maybe that new means success. Oh, God. They have minus armor stacked here, Kyle, because now they've got Elder Titan, who takes away base armor from a agility carry. He's going to have amplified damage on him.
10
Corrosive
seconds
Haze, excuse me,
remaining.
from Slardar. He's going to be in the like deep
5
negative.
seconds remaining.
I don't know if there's. How do you get? Ben Max War.
I mean, this concept can't be broken, right? Otherwise, we would see it all the time. Like it is broken in a pointed aspect, right? But there's got to be different ways to play.
Minus armor. I don't want to say broke, but it's always been.
Radiant team pick.
This is a lot. I have not cast. Harry.
Yeah, they keep on trying that and keep on almost winning with that. They keep on losing.
10 seconds remaining.
I guess, you know, this hero can
5 seconds remaining.
help. It's just
Dire team pick.
standing and ultimate to help squad regen up. Now that I've seen SG pick, this is impossible, Cap. It's so hard to play against Elder Titan. So annoying to play against Slardar. Just rough. So if I'm looking at SG, this is all about
10
pace.
seconds remaining.
Tempo, team fight, laning advantage. God forbid you let Roche
5
get a bunch of
seconds
blink
remaining.
daggers and peek. Think about these lineups and what happens. All have peak. Team Secret are like, well, we're gonna sports. Well,
Yeah, this is they picked a decent number of Sand King this last season, and it was not a winning hero for them. What is going on? Like, Team Secret is just some sort of fetish? Like, what's going on? They're just literally sacking as much minus armor as possible. What's the last hero that gives you minus armor? A Deso hero? You're gonna do carry, Vengeful Spirit, and mid TA? Get a
let's
Deso?
go. Oh, that would be sick, actually. I'm so down. I'm so
Can you
down.
imagine?
5
You just get like
seconds
one shot by a side blade that's doing like 500% damage because you have so much
Okay.
minus armor.
Here's the bright side, though.
Yes.
Once you get into like the negative,
yes.
okay,
Yes.
it's
You have to go
not
pretty
nearly
deep.
as effective. The real key is getting people somewhere between 0 and negative, because like I believe
10 seconds
that
remaining.
like at 4 armor, you have
Radiant
20%,
team ban.
right? Whereas at 0,
Are you sure that that armor formula is still that way? They changed armor formula. I have no clue. Okay, because I remember that was like an old rule of like Dota, early Dota 2 and Han. It was like negative armor. It's like it's effective, but once you start going like really deep in, it starts becoming less. And same way old armor, plus armor used to. It was like, okay, once you start getting over like 50 armor, it starts becoming less and less. Either way, we're gonna need to see SG play pretty fast, but they've got a lot of magic damage so far between Gyrocopter and Sand King. Vengeful Spirit could get blown up pretty quickly. I'm assuming this is a Venge core, but it could be, what else could it be? Slardar carry and Elder Titan offlane, or that feels really weird. Whatever this is, this is
10
different.
seconds remaining.
Definitely different.
5 seconds remaining. Radiant team pick.
Doing math right now. All right, Kyle, hit us with the math in your head. All right.
I think
it looks the same to me. Yeah. Multiplier, so we can, I mean, just tell the team some of the.
10 seconds remaining.
I see all these math equations that I don't actually understand because I dropped out of math as quick as I possibly could. Invoker is going to be the last pickup for SG Esports, so we're finally going to see it. Adriano's Invoker. This guy is a terror with this hero.
Yeah. So it is still constant in terms of your positive armor, but there is that stark drop off. Once you hit about negative
5 seconds remaining.
8 or 9, you don't start, critting for 1 billion damage.
Right.
Invoker is in. Now it's squishy for sure, but it kind of leads the idea you aggro AF around the map, blasting people, more globals, more mobility. Don't give Secret a chance to draft online. Start two-shotting people. You got to control objectives as fast as you possibly can. Hard carry, you have created the most adept supporting cast in terms of belt. What is the...
Okay, so they think it's a carry, so that means what? Mid-stat fire or mid-venge? One or the other. Okay, and then we're going to have Venge, Lardar, ET with a ranged hero, a ranged carry maybe? That would have worked if it was Morphling TB. I'm not sure what's left. Drow?
You
already clear through base armor, so I don't actually know how that works with ET. Yeah, like
something in the marksmanship.
Yeah, but still, it's like would feel like a little bit of a waste.
How it's like I did
troll. You said troll.
How am I supposed to? How do you have like? Damn it, unit. It was like 92.
Yeah.
Nuts.
Sniper.
Oh! Sniper.
Yo, so that is excellent. Luck ADR.
Nice.
You have low base damage on these attack animate shot or just one of my favorite combos with Slardar because you love having these carries and Sniper's attack animation acceptable, so you're stunned and suddenly you've happy. It is a Matu carry. I dig this a lot. Venge carry makes a lot more sense with this other range carry from your lane. Feels like a League of carry.
Have you ever played League of?
I think 6 or 7 games.
Okay, so what do you even mean?
During like a we're down. Funny, did you know that Riot game doesn't let their like when people
it's like not surprising if they did, then they would switch over. Yeah, I am also a big fan of the fact that they're doing Venge carry here, because I feel like this Venge Aghanim Scepter still good, but you need it on higher priority than you actually want this spirit to be strong because of the fact that they took away the movement speed. It no longer is able to like just die and then like throws out a stun and runs away or something. It just kind of gets focused down. So you want this hero to actually have stats.
I really just like that it Swap stun, die. Ah, I've swapped stun again. How is this fair?
Let me just say, I was on this train real early.
I know.
And I played this back when there were 2 charges to swap, and there was still a period of time through talents you could also get a true illusion of not carry. So you would have 4 swaps in a team fight. If you, I think it required you to be level 25 though, but you would just have 4 swaps in a team fight, maybe even 5. It was sick. It was. I actually only lost with that.
Oh.
It did not. I could tell it was good, but you know, like when you try and be innovative and you're losing a lot, you flamed a lot for it as well. You know, you get discouraged and you stop.
30 seconds.
SG pump themselves up here. So is the crowd, our beautiful crowd. Thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen, for the lovely cheers and applause you guys gave literally non-stop last game. The entire time, it was amazing. You guys are keeping the energy up. We can't wait to hear it in game 2, where you're going to see King Jungles make a quick tether away before he can be caught by Team Secret. 1 shrapnel charge down.
That's actually huge, because I don't know if you want a skill shrapnel as this sniper early on. The 1-point headshot is pretty sick. 40% chance for 20 bonus damage and a knockback, so you just start smacking Invoke. 40 are going for the max right-click damage build. Looks like it'll be Quas Wex. Makes sense, because you certainly need to play on map and get your gyro to hyper carry status AS.
Yeah.
An exort and farm kind of game.
So, the way that mid lane is played right now, I played around with some mid sniper, and I actually think that Shrapnel is really important and really good for mid lane is played right now, because you just shove in the wave and then you go farm the easy camp or go stack for yourself. You know, it's nowadays it's all about the efficiency of playing with that easy camp, which is not blocked right now, which I think is a good step to be able to take for against Storm and Sniper. Probably the heroes that utilize it best.
Yeah, I'd agree. I really love Sniper. I'm surprised we haven't seen it much yet at TI. The changes, I mean, I don't know about the shard. The concussive grenade's either total garbage or...
You good? You good, dog? Gets away to the trees. Dawnbreaker. Oh no, the salve gets canceled. That feels pretty. Dawnbreaker is strong. She's got some pretty good stats, level 1, but it still does not match an Elder Titan.
Yeah, I was gonna say, of all, I don't know if Dawnbreaker really loses heroes, the exception of Eve.
Yeah.
Like, I've seen the hero trade with Undying successfully.
Yep. Crazy stuff. He pulls the next wave back. And they are going to be able to get their level 2. And they're going to try and punish Puppy with that timing, at least a little. But not able to close that gap to get the Orb of Venom hit. Tries to go over the stack. Puppy's like, oh, okay. What's the point? You know I'm going to stay here, dog.
Hey.
Yeah.
There's the trap on, as you stated. Expect more of this from Nisha. I like the change to his talent as well. The most annoying thing about Sniper was you used to have, what was it, 55% cooldown reduction?
Yes, very high CDR.
So you're like, oh, well, I guess I have to buy a Midas. And it just felt like you had to because of how efficient it got with the talent. But it's a lot better now with just the raw damage.
He's actually doing a good amount of damage to Adriano here. I just expected Quaswex Invoker would just be like, okay, whatever, I'm out regenning the shrapnel. Not actually the case.
Yeah, so the new take aim as well, that used to be, it was like 1 attack range, whereas now, when active, you get that 100% headshot. You can see him smacking Invoker quite a bit. Even
more, because it used to be 70%, which is kind of weird because you're slowing yourself down so much. But now you get the guarantee.
Yeah, and it's really cool too. It makes way more sense. Like if you think about the lore of Sniper, right?
Of course, you're replacing Slacks being the lore expert.
Yeah, well, you know, you're a sniper. You're supposed to be able to like deal more damage, but not move too much.
Oh, Nisha overstepped himself. He actually got in tower range, got Tornado EMP'd. And 4DR does manage to get the first blood. A big pickup for him and the rest of SG Esports.
That was uncharacteristic. Player of the Year 2020 walks up and kind of feeds a little bit, as you said, catching tower attack. I'm zoned in on bottom lane a little bit. Top's going to be rough with Sand King. It's too melee for DOT Venge. That's impossible.
Radiant must summon the spirit.
Yeah, Sand King has low arm. Physical damage of Puppy combined with the physical damage and minus armor of Matumba Man. Dawnbreaker is a really strong hero and might just be able to offset what should be a clear win for Team Secret. Almost brought down Puppy, not good enough though.
That was a mistake though for Matu. You saw he repinned a little bit. If he just attacks, Sand King dies.
Yeah.
And he gave him time to Fairy Fire and then stick 5.
You know, it's not too late, Tavo. You come to support and just let play the core position in this spot, because he's just having to give up a lot of CS right now. They do have Sentry down, so Tavo is not safe, but they are going to be able to get the combo. Puppy is going to die, and Tavo, I think, is happy with that. I think he wanted to trade because he couldn't play the lane any longer.
It's always nice to die as an offlaner, but get the XP, right? You're not going to mind that at all. Although, oh, he didn't get it. No, sorry. I just played it.
Yeah.
So yeah, maybe just turning into the core, right?
Yeah, it's kind of what may end up happening. Or at least he'll have a fast corruption. That always feels pretty nice. Our Slardar already has a Ring of Health. Zai's going to be pretty happy. We haven't looked at this bottom lane. How's it going? 28 CS for Gyrocopter. 26 CS for Zai. So, yeah, as expected, Slardar is pretty happy because Snapfire Slardar is very scary. He gives you just that little bit of extra distance and leading off a stun for his Slardar. And you combine that with a Crush, and if you have a Bash prepped up, actually, it means that you could easily get 2 Bashes in, and it's so much damage. The only reason Gyrocopter can survive at all against that is because
so it really does feel SG gonna have the kind of the nature of playing against Sniper, right? You've got to find ways to kill him, and even with that depth, you can see the power of the hero in the laning phase. 38 CS to 27 on the Invoker. You just can't do much to stop Nisha. He just shoves lane, farms. This is my favorite part. Just go farm 2 camps at once. Definitely, I think, a better hero on Dire because of camps where you effectively get double the stacks.
Supposed to be like, did take a bit of damage, but 40R comes to the rescue. Zai is going to be paying for trying to be so aggressive. And that is the ultimate advantage. Like Sniper, if he's going to be playing jungle, then Invoker, it means one or two things. A Dragonite, this type mid hero, he's going to pressure the tower, and Invoker can't do that same sort of thing. So instead, he's going to be playing the side lane.
Yeah. That's a really good point. You know, Sniper, yeah, you get extra efficiency, but Invoker can actually get kills. And this is how 40R wants to play. It just seems a hell of a lot better suited to the Invoker than the previous game, where this Invoker is just buys an urn. He doesn't need ultimate to make these things happen. He has a much easier time with these TP ganks. And even that urn pickup early ensures that Corsair was able to stay bottom fully healed up, which is very key. Otherwise, he would have had to go heal.
Is he going for the stats build on the Gyrocopter? Yeah, because I saw at least the crystals being built up. DeatStalker, he's going to go down by the tornado. All right, here we go. 40R to the rescue. Going to be able to kill Matumba Man. They're actually going to be able to stop the stomp as Tavo. Nicely done getting in front of Matumba Man. He managed to cut through. Fortunately, the last shot there from Adriano does manage to bring him down. Puppy hitting away in the trees will teleport out. Mid lane's going to be pressured, though, as YapzOr does have a little shredder to help Nisha put in the damage. Spot him on the side, though. 40R's going to be able to maybe collect another one here. YapzOr's going to hop down to low ground here. He hits the tornado, follows up with the NP. It's going to be a kill. And that just gets him even more earn charges. DeatStalker taking so much damage from Nisha, who does probably have... No, he doesn't have his ultimate. He just went for all the levels in his basic abilities. He just wants to be a click machine.
I mean, I love the second point headshot because it gives so much extra damage.
Yep.
The second point and take aim, I think probably could just be ultimate there to ensure that kill, but he's the expert. I will trust him.
I'm okay with it just because, like, it allows him to play both mid lane and farm faster and really...
Yeah.
Right?
That's true. And it is tough. Like, are you really going to be able to ult somebody in the face?
Dial is under attack.
Yeah, a lot of ultis.
Rotation up to the top lane does manage to find Puppy. SG Esports are all over the place right now. Good read by YapzOr, knowing that ward was there. I guess he was probably tipped off because Costabile was playing so skittish around that hard camp stack. So YapzOr just good intuitive read of the situation. Finds the ward underneath the outpost. Try and snatch away a little bit of experience. Hops down the cliff to safety.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
That's good. I mean, ADR just playing a great game.
Yeah.
4-0-1. He's been everywhere. Down kills in all 3 lanes so far. It's just the SG really all in on the gyrocopter. Team grid somewhat the same with their sniper. But I do think Matu, you can send a quarter of the way to the Aghanims. Like, he'll have a pretty high game impact at the big time. Start getting attack. They're just gonna throw their bodies at SG. Coming in behind them, they got to be careful.
Trying to deal with the rocket real quickly and then pump the damage into Costabile with the cookie. They're going to keep him chain stunned very nicely. DeatStalker trying to shoot backwards here. 40R is just surrounded, but a big triple stun coming out and a relocate away. Nice tornado as well that's going to allow DeatStalker to maybe get away until Nisha's on the other side with a Mask of Madness. And that damage,
oh my.
Whoo, boy. If he pops his take aim or whatever, and then he pops a Mask of Madness and their corrosive haze, like holy crap.
I want to run that back just see with Zai. Wasn't even going for the gyro, right? He just popped an amp and then ran around because he saw the Invoker TPing in.
Great catch.
Just dead. How did that happen?
Tavo TP'd in, led the charge. He just got the burrow strike from the trees, and 40R was able to follow that up pretty nicely. They're going to get a second kill here on the Puppy because they've got the... Yes, indeed. The Rings of Death. Big circles laid out in the ground. That's the landing zone of the Dawnbreaker.
Man, somebody... I really wish there was some voice line for... I see, you know, the SCVs, rather, nuclear launch detected.
Yeah.
You start panicking. Feels like we need one of those as Dawnbringer enters the fray, but so far so good, really. Both sides, I think, pretty happy with how this is going. Maybe Nisha a bit frustrated. I think his death really hurt Team Secret a lot. Dragonlance will be side of choice. Makes sense. See, again, it's just right click.
I feel like he's just gonna like Dragonlance BKB or something.
Oh yeah, I think
and just like stand there shooting people.
Yeah.
It's like it almost reminds you remember way back in the day, old Navi, Avos Navi played sniper and he went this like raw tank build on sniper, just stood there shooting people. It was actually very successful. That's a long time ago.
No, I think it's very nice here. Simply don't need damage to have so much of it. Your allies, like so there. Just a casual corrosive Zai means dead. Just not even the damage amp, but more the vision. The sniper can very long way away. Also,
there was a moment of peace.
Yeah, I was gonna say
the voices in my head quieted down for a second.
Is that why the logos is like more cheers equals more like?
Yeah.
Is that how it works?
I guess so. I don't know. A lot of Team Secret very happy with the way this game's going, though closing out on kills. They may be slightly ahead in net worth, though.
I figured that South American ran outer, though.
Oh, there we go. They're pumping it up now.
I get all these DMs reporting the scene, but I can barely hear them. What?
No comment. Well, 8-5. 12 minutes in, and Nisha is the most farmed, but they've got an IO gyrocopter that's doing well, and a smoke up, a two-man smoke that can lead into a relocate. It's always the very dangerous part of this strategy. If they get on top of the sniper, he's just dead. There's going to be a burrow strike into a relocate right on top of the swap backwards, though. 40R. Troublesome situation for him. He's not getting out of this one. Motherboard may pay for his life, but the Mortimer's Kiss is doing so much damage that Costabile gets wiped out from the side. Incoming the epicenter, blink in. Nisha taking some damage, but not enough. Eventually, the Sand King runs out. That is a team wipe, Kyle.
I mean, Matu just straight up throwing his body on the ground to ensure they get like no real damage. They'll just swap the key hero. What is it with these mid players getting caught out, just falling asleep? If you dies the Invoker, the team fight for SG disappears. A great follow-up from Tavo, but there was a dust from Yapzor, and Nisha just kills everything. Watch this. So swap back, stun, and here comes Zai. Look, he pops the corrosive, that guarantees the 1 kill. Yapzor is raining damage in. Gyro's just dead. He needs a BKB, and then boom, you're gonna, yeah, that's 3 hits.
All right, so I always find it interesting when these situations occur and you see, say your savior carry for last pick. What other heroes could they have run with this strategy? They could have done TA. We talked about that. Sniper, maybe Medusa, maybe. They're going to be able to hold up onto the Elder Titan and bring him down pretty quickly. Just a simple pick off, nothing major. If they could catch some of these other heroes, Tornado, Zai reads it. He says, my TP was not going to complete, blinks away, but he's going to run headlong into Costa Vila, and KJ will happily collect that kill if they can get it. Surely they should. Into the river. He's moving so damn fast. The rocket's coming, though. And then so is the rest of SG. They're going to throw down the Gyrocopter ultimate. The Sunstrike, oh, very on point. Doesn't do that much damage, but Tavo is able to finish it up finally. And hey, they're right next to Roshan. Don't think they had the physical damage for it. You know who does, though?
The Planisaur. Oh, the concern there, though, I just realized, you know, Zai sprints away. He's level 10. Gyro was level 8. 9 off the kill. One of the downsides of holding the hand of your friendly Wisp, but
yeah,
of course that team fight mid does not help. And it's a different, so, got it.
Okay.
That's the move.
More stats.
Also, healing reduction. Very effective against lineups.
Oh, true.
And Dawnbreaker, you know, just that healing effectiveness, but
and it also delays your BKB, which means it's even more effective when it is picked up. If you go Scotty and they don't win the game once he hits that BKB timing, that's insane, because then they're going to be at a point where it's pretty much only physical damage.
Yeah, and Gyro, especially
Magic.
Gyro and Invoker, they need movement in order to
nice read. Still hits the Burrow Strike. A bit blind there catching Matama Man, but he's still just TP'd out.
Again. Oh man, KJ, he had that miscue where he didn't bring Sven out, didn't relocate with anyone.
Yeah.
He left the Gyro.
Yikes.
Gotta connect on those kills. Nice keep Matu, good heads up, but still, like, can't afford to make mistakes against a team of its caliber. Team Spirit are no slouches. And
KJ,
Matu,
a relatively, like, newer name on the scene, the Brazilian squad.
That's Matu's Aghanims. Like, he didn't even go base, he went top. Now he's gonna finish this wave. That's Ags. That's a huge timing.
Yeah, all of a sudden he can just swap in people willy-nilly because he knows he's going to be able to stay alive via the spirit. And especially when you're core like this, you usually have high enough stats that it's very difficult for them to kill you twice.
Dire's bottom tower is under attack.
Yeah, and you just talked about it. Well, they can certainly do roaches. They are already in. The Sunstride's gonna scout, but I legit don't think they have time.
They're gonna mass TP over. They're gonna have to hit a really good tornado right now. 40R leads it out. EMP follow up. They're gonna commit. They're gonna go for it, but DeatStalker is here. The hammer's going out. They're gonna be able to get on top of the sniper. Swap back though. Heisha getting over to the high ground, start turning around, throwing some damage on Tavo, but they've already picked up the Aegis onto DeatStalker, so he's gonna be good for now. Yapzor, they need to finish him off. He's actually so damn low. Costa Vila though, swap back in. Nice Sunstrike to be able to finish him off. Good relocate to the side here, getting King Jungles out. DeatStalker on his second life is very dead. They're actually gonna TP back in to see if they can give this IO a tether out, but I think he's a little bit too far away. KJ does end up dying, but a nasty situation bailed out by SG in their fast rotation.
That was sick though. Like I thought for sure, you know, talk about having the guts to make the play, right?
Yep.
That was a great read and just fall in. There wasn't really a plan, but as they say, any plan right now is better than a perfect plan 2 weeks from now, although Dota obviously time moves a bit faster, so it's closer to about 15 seconds. That was the right move. They got a buyback from Zai, his BKB now non-existent. The Aghanim time for Matu was huge there. Otherwise, like, Secret just roll. They had a really nice job just saving Nisha. You keep him alive, you'll have plenty of damage. And SG, they blew the hobo, they couldn't get on top of him, and all of a sudden he's able to clean up, but still, even. Bravo, thinking about it, had level 2 ulti. Need to kill Nisha though.
Yeah.
And look at Matu. Just, he knows this, he's waiting to save.
They don't have relocate, and they don't have Dawnbreaker's ultimate. That's part of the combo, right? Is that they blink and burrow, and then they've got these double global presences to be able to throw down. They're on cooldown. Tower's going to be finished up. So they're just going to play for farming the map right now. Secret, they have some lanes to push in. That's going to be Scotty now for Nisha.
Expect Scotty, and then after that, BKB. That'll be the next Secret. And I love this, you know, even though he's the carry, Matu's still playing like a support bench. Your job is to be near your sniper at all times. Sure, still farm, worry about your progression, but he has to play holding the hand of his true carry. Got his Scotty and playing bottom, no Roche objective. You already have tier 2 top, so now it's time to control outposts. They've got a great ward too to set up if they can play around it with them. Careful though.
Nisha gonna stay here, throwing some damage down. It's going for Costa Belay, thinking maybe the support's a little bit better. Yeah, think of the core. He's having a hard time dealing with this damage. They trade, but again, the bench is still alive as the tornado goes out. Zai, they're gonna try for it. Burrow strike only onto the 1-2. Stomp's gonna go out from Puppey, and the Sand King gets blown up, and it looks like a swap back. They're gonna make sure the gyrocopter's not going anywhere either. 3 dead on the side of SG. Again, they're getting kills, but the trade-off just are not perfect for them, and ultimately the sniper is living through it all.
You have to get the sniper, the guy with the ultra kill. If he doesn't die, all of you will. And if we run that one back, you'll see Zai, you know, maybe he dies, but he did his job. He got Corrosive Haze off on the gyro. The moment that happens, the relocate gets channeled, and it's still too late. Scotty, total control, and it was what, 4 or 5 hits, and Nisha just slaughters him. And this is with 2 items.
You don't need to be amazing to point out that Radiant's
He's actually going to complete the Hurricane Pike next. So he's basically got, with the Scotty and the Venge, he's actually got Cookie as well with the Hurricane Pike on top of that. They've got all of this added movement, one way or the other, that allows the sniper to just sit there and right-click people, which is what he has always been best at. But also even more so now because of take aim, where you just don't move anywhere, right?
Exactly.
So you just want people to stay in your range. This is a really big kill if they can get away the haste, and they're going to get on top of Nisha pretty quickly here, trying to body block him, a force out, and a Cookie away. There's that movement we were just discussing. And if they're not careful, they could get swapped down some low ground.
Nice heads up. This is the one way. You don't see people do this very often, but you notice how they're killing the rocket. You know, this is a great stun in theory, but people I feel like often forget, you just attack, you just kill it.
Yeah.
Sometimes that's quite easy when you have all these range throws. Just hit it. And yeah, I love Sniper in this kind of game. It's a perfect pick. You can go for the survivability because you have so much help, but it's also, as you said, these tools to keep you in that perfect position. And you're the hardest carry by far in this game, but you don't have to itemize for anything like navigate. You need to ensure that you can stand still and auto attack. Quad provide a plenty of fire.
And up next for the Venge, we've got BKB being built by Zai Slardar.
Bow for the attack range. 550 plus 640.
1190.
But meant your math. The attack range could be a telescope later on. Look for
you
37
get a telescope
minutes.
over 1200. Sad no more ballista.
Yeah.
That would have been the ultimate pickup. 40R. Swap back in. Big change that recently happened that we don't really talk about too much. But this last patch, 7.3.0, where this Venge came into play, it gave you damage on the swap.
Wait, guys, wait. Hello?
Are they really were of two minds. They wanted to go on the IO gyrocopter, but it looks like they left Nisha behind. The relocate is going to take them back where they came from, which means Tavo's alone. I'm not sure what happened.
I have no idea. I looked up and I'm like, wait, Nisha is under the tier 2. What is he doing there? But oh, okie dokie. Poor Tavo. This is the trouble with Sand King, right? There's not even a carry. He's just getting amped, and he just gets obliterated. Yapsor's right-click damage is nuts with just a little shredder.
Yeah. Look at him. He's getting Aghanim Scepter. One more source of movement for the sniper, or potential source of initiation, which is great on Slardo. Tornado, not going to catch him. Cookie gets Yapsor far enough away.
Oh, a little shredder, also another.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, Yapsor's been making that priority number one.
I dig this because we talked about how BKB effective, so he's just saying it's the right move. The Satanic that allows you to cleanse off the haze. Try to stay alive.
Yeah.
What is Batu doing up there?
Well, he's getting what I like to call vengeful spirit syndrome, which is you're like, I'm not afraid of death. You have 2 lives, and then you
like this is just a little
keep that going a little.
It's a little sloppy, isn't it? Like
yeah, it is. Like Nisha getting caught mid there was really bad, and now they have no Matumba ban for 30 seconds. So yeah, this is smart. SG. They know there are some heroes here. They want to go for the fight. If they can get the right kind of tornado, they're going to be able to get the relocate follow-up with the Dawnbreaker coming in as well. They don't have a swap to be able to bail out Nisha this time around. Everybody else is going to leave. They do get some serious damage, though, between these two supports. They kill the Liqueur. Tavo's going to be able to get away thanks to the Yule Scepter. Burrow strike out. 40R, though, with his fresh Blink Dagger, is going to be able to keep pace with these two, but he should not have, Kyle.
no.
He should not have. That was a double damage. Zai Slardar. Got to put some respect. The synergy between these heroes, you got to respect even the supporting cast of Team Secret, the damage they can put out.
They don't need carries. As long as they have enough minus armor, heroes like Invoker and Sand King get obliterated.
Giving him the vision for the swap. Matumba Man's going to get stunned first, though. Kosabila is going to get turned around. Here comes the stomp. Actually catches the IO, which is really good. Matumba Man's going to lose his first life into the spirit form. He goes. Tornado looking to be able to catch Zai. Doesn't quite grab him. The spirit is going to die of Venge. And again, feels like both teams are way too anxious to start fights that are not good for them.
Definitely, it feels like nerves. Secret, typically one of the most composed teams, but like they're just leading kills. And I've loved their lineup. They've taken a couple of fights on their terms. They've won them all. But SG, they're just making plays. Feels like they're not just the aggressors, but truly looking, head on a swivel, trying to find any openings. It's why they were able to contest the first Roche, and they're consistently finding these easy pickoffs. Secret's got to wake up, really, because it's getting ran at. Now they're going to go into the pit. Gotta be careful.
Yeah, you got to keep vision. You got to keep vision. Nisha's not even hitting it yet, guys. Like, once he does, it's going to get demolished. Tavo, can they do it again? Can they jump at the right time? No way! That looks good. Out, though, prevents Tavo from being alone. Oh, we see Liqueur grabbed it. Nisha didn't pick it up in time. It was still on the ground. The Dawnbreaker gets there in time, stuns everybody up, snatches away the Aegis. But it's important for Kosabila to be able to stay alive here. Taking a lot of damage. King Jungle's looking to be able to get him out. Relocates away, but the tether was broken somehow. Kosabila is going to be left behind here, and it's getting ripped apart by all this Midas armor. And here comes Nisha. Epicenter, though. Tavo intercepts with a swap away from Matumba Man. Pulls Nisha out of danger, and Tavo will die twice in this engagement. And King Jungle's welcome back to the fight, and see you later, buddy. Gone for 50 seconds, as is the rest of his team.
Okie dokie. What a... Fights are just crazy, man. What in the hell's going on? Like, the strategy, like, Secret's just like, okay, kill Roche, SG, all in to stop it. Okay, huge stun from Tavo. Great swap to ensure nobody grabs the Aegis. Liqueur takes it. He's going to get obliterated. But watch this. Kostabile comes in like very late in the engagement, immediately runs away because he got hit once by Scotty. Then boom, Matu's tossed in, doesn't care about his life. KJ, I believe, drops the tether. He drops the tether and leaves Kostabile. But why? Like, ADR had died. Also, don't know what the hell happened to ADR. I didn't even see him. He actually died over by the rune as the first member of his team to go down. I believe Zai found him, and I guess Nisha just popped him or pieced him from the pit. And that's, I don't know, 10k gold lead all of a sudden for Team Secret. But all right.
Tier 3 down and Team Secret. Pretty good stranglehold on this game, but it has been a messy one, so you never know. Aghanim Scepter next for Elder Titan. So he's like, yeah, all this minus armor, I'm hitting pretty hard. Puppy's like, I can join in on these fights. Oh, he's gonna switch it up for Halberd. Boo! Get an Aghanim.
Such a puppy play. Halberd. I remember games. I remember Dazzle, first item Halberd, back in the day. It was a little stronger than it is. Butterfly onto Nita. I like his item decision. Trusting his team, so doesn't need the BKB.
Yep. And
just going all in for DPS, but like intelligent DPS items in the sense that they provide a bit of utility and survivability.
Yes.
It's not a Daedalus game. You don't need it.
The first build up is Dragonlance, gives you some strength. Then we have the Scotty, gives you a lot of strength again. You know, like a lot of survivability from these items while still providing good damage. KJ is going to be found here.
He had vision.
Yeah.
Was that intentional? Like, did you want to throw away your life there?
Don't worry, guys. I'm going to die right now. So Team Secret, try and push high ground. He's going to go for the shard. That gives the corrosive haze on crush, so you don't have to be so active with it, and that just is going to help out everybody.
And I really like it, the way he's been playing the hero, right? Because it's all about the haze. He lands a stun and kites away. Haze is from a distance. To your point, now you just like stun, zoom, and it makes it super simple to kill off heroes like Sand King, who suddenly they're revealed even in Sandstorm. Who needs dust? Save the money.
Dyer's bottom
got
tower
6
is under
hand
attack.
shortly, and then suddenly he not die. Keep in mind all the damage amplification, not just the minus armor, but just by being near Matu, he's getting 30.
Good catch from Zai here. 40R's not getting away from this one. Once again, picked off by Zai. He seemingly has just made it his mission to focus down this Invoker that had a very good game for the first 15 minutes, maybe 20, but it has been suffering the last 5 or 10.
It's just hard. You know, Blardar in your face. ADR, he had a great start, but I think that the death, the buyback, suddenly you fall off. You don't farm as the hero, you find kills, and that's progressively more. Progress. Move up to the high ground. That's the chicken.
The scary part is that like you don't actually feel like you can get that close to your base being assaulted unless you do it together as all 5, because otherwise you're just gonna get swapped out. Sometime a man's gonna pull you in. He doesn't really care if he trades his life underneath the tier 4. Illusion stays alive. All is good.
The Dyer's poor top tower.
And we've got a long bit of distance able to cover to get on top of that sniper.
Dyer's top tower is under attack.
That was what he scooped up in the road.
I love that pick. Concussive grenade is actually, it was one of the worst abilities that has been put in the game when it was first introduced, and now it's actually buffed like 5 different times. Pretty big buffs, and it's like, finally sick.
Throw it in the air and like catch, like it worked actually like a old Han ability. Okay, where it would go up in the air and based on where it hit you, it would push you in that direction.
Yeah,
Yeah. It's
and it also had like no cast range to it, which made no sense for a hero like Sniper who naturally wanted to keep his distance. Yeah, it was odd. I think they've like doubled or tripled the amount you can push yourself with that ability. They've increased the cast range by a gigantic amount.
Yeah,
That's one way to cut a creep wave.
What was sick was he didn't have vision. He just threw it directly where it would hit higher wave.
Yeah.
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
That's knowing Dota 2 very well.
The BKBs have made this pretty rough. I think SG are at a point where you rapier to come out onto your gyro. You got the Daedalus queued up for now.
Look at how many blink daggers they had. Like, you got the blink dagger in 40R, and I got that, but like Kostabile even getting a blink dagger.
You got to. You have to kill Nisha. You need to just go for him.
Isn't that what the relocate is for, though? To get on top of the sniper?
It doesn't get him close enough. You can't just take him into the middle of the fight, then you're stunned by Slardar. Like, it's not optimal, but when you're this far behind, like, you've got to just commit.
This will come in handy.
Smoke. Don't think they really want to go on Avenge first. Okay, he's going to go for it anyway. Blinking board onto him here. Bow up, Burst Strike, Sunstrike as well, but Kostabile is getting demolished. Trying to go for the relocate up inside. With the timing, denies a relocate away, and they make sure both the IO and the gyrocopter die for that. Honestly, I'm not sure what SG were expecting there.
He Satanic when he...
Yeah.
Basically precast Satanic.
It's like, it's so deep on that secret side of the map, and you're going for Avenge with Ags. Why?
Yeah, a little bit of desperation, perhaps. Like this, it's really frustrating. We have the benefit of playing with no fog of war. If we just toggle the Radiant Vision, you'll understand a bit of what makes this. Don't see a damn thing. You don't know where anybody is.
Radiant structures are fortified.
Yeah, it's just darkness. Like there's secret heroes somewhere, and they're very, very spooky scary.
Radiant's bottom tower.
Spooky, scary.
We all saw it.
Words of a full-time analyst of Dota 2. Not bad words to say, because Nisha is indeed scary. Okay, not making it over the cliff there. Once again, Secret are disciplined in their approach of ending the game like we saw in game one, right?
Yeah, it makes sense though. Lost a series that I feel like they, upper bracket is at risk for them. Group B looks very strong, and currently they would not be looking at that upper bracket up top East Coast with the tiebreaker, although I think they need this win. So no taking chances.
Elephant lost to Team Spirit, huh?
Yeah, they got 2-0'd.
Elephant. People just kept on saying that, like, Elephant's going to show up at TI, even though they had a very rough DPC. We didn't get to see them at all outside of the regular seasons. The troubles just continue for them. Smoke up, King Jungles, Kostabile, Tavo leading the charge. They know they're in the triangle. All about finding the entry point of attack here. Deal with an illusion that reveals a whole lot. SG quickly back away to the other side of the river, but Secret, they could just as easily push the waves in and force you to make a move of some kind. You can't just stay on that side of the map. That's not where your base is.
They're gonna try. Like, oh, it's so hard. They just don't know where Secret are, and if you don't know where they are, how do you get on top of the sniper?
And Sniper's like, okay, you guys got to come to me. I'm going to start hitting the tier 3. They're going to find Puppy first. That's going to be a nice pickoff to start things off. Matubba-Man, you want to swap something? Kostabile like, Jesus, looking out the range of the sniper, laying in the damage. What a beautiful ultimate from Puppy as well. That's going to be close the book on this game. This is just completely over. Puppy didn't even die in that fight. SG Esports, they were keeping it even. They're keeping it even for about 15 minutes, but Team Secret, they just won that one fight for Roche, even if they didn't get the Aegis either time. And that is enough for them to be able to